Google Appsheet is a wonderful no-code platform, and this is exactly what I told in the start. It is a VC means what you see is what you get kind of capabilities, and it also has powerful integration capabilities with all the Google APIs. We will try to show some API demos in the activity today, and we can actually understand the backend, right? We'll go through some kind of steps on the demo, and you'll get to know all the capabilities, how it is possible to build such a fast application. And the interesting part with Google Appsheet is, since the backend is all tied up with Google APIs, it makes the data the more secure. It supports all the data security laws of the world. Like you can launch a application as per the data rights, IPDR, any kind of data security, any kind of violations are all controlled and all governed within the platform. So you don't need to really worry at the back end. The same thing, if you had to do, you have to worry a lot of things. Like will someone hack the code? Will someone get malicious access? Will someone break into my application? Will someone steal the data? All these things are possible. But with Google Appsheet, it is not, because Google is responsible for all the data and details that we submit using into these apps using this platform. And Google uses internally all the APIs. So everything is an API call. So there is very less chance that these things can break, and they're very robust and they can help. And on an average, when you look at, you will save 75% of your business time in building apps and making a turnaround. And cost, you can save up to 80% of cost on an application building Google Appsheet. Anyhow, we will experience the same of data capture. We'll use the KYC as an example today, and then you'll realize how best we can do. Moving on, we will have some couple of slides here quickly to understand the platform. I'll try to just run this quickly because it's just required for you to connect with the language. Because when I start on the demo, you might actually fall off the words, and it will be difficult for you to connect with the language. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be just sharing some slides where you can just connect with some elements that are linked to the language that we'll be using in the platform. So when I give the demo, it makes much easier for you to understand and take it forward, right? Great. So as the slide explains, this is a very versatile platform, and you can work on an app which can run parallelly on your mobile, on your tablet, on your desktop, and on your laptop seamlessly without any issues, right? And the beauty is it also supports a lot of data sources, right? We will be sharing that in a while. What are the different data sources it can support? Now, let me explain how this entire story works, how this thing works, right? It is very simple. It's 3 steps. You log into your cloud storage. In this case, if you are doing with Google, it is called Google Drive. Google Drive is a default cloud storage that you get with your Gmail. And then you can create a Google Sheet on the Google Cloud. And once the Google Sheet is ready, what you can do is you can just use the Google Sheet to build an app using the Appsheet interface. So what Appsheet typically does is it uses a Google Drive API to read this Google Sheet very securely into the Appsheet editor. And the best part, here is the beautiful part. The moment you are building the app, you can see it live. So you don't need another additional time for testing. So you normally the process is you have a requirement, then you build the app, then you test the app, then you launch the app. So there are 4 different stages, and 4 different stages are based on a time. Like it might take a complete 3 to 6 months of project time for you to launch. But here with Appsheet, it's nothing. You just create an Excel sheet on the drive. Once the Excel sheet is created, done. You just open that Excel sheet in your Appsheet application. It already builds the app for you. You don't need to worry about it. What you need to do, is you just need to add some few details, and that's it, you're done. And then you launch your device and you share it to your friends just with a link, and it's up and running. It's so easy and so simple. It's very powerful way to share and build apps, right? This is how it works. So it's just 3 simple steps. Log onto your Gmail, connect with your Drive, create an Excel sheet, and use that Excel sheet as a source in AppSheet, and your app is ready. So it's done, right? Let's move on. So these are the various data sources that AppSheet can support. It supports AWS, it supports MySQL, it supports MySQL, it supports any proprietary database you have on any system. It supports cloud storages like Drive, Box, or even Dropbox, or even it can support solutions like Salesforce and AWS, right? So you can collect data source from any situation, and what it does, simple. You just try to read it through AppSheet interface, and you're done. The app is ready. It's so simple. Yeah. Now, AppSheet also provides a lot of sample apps. So you don't need to really be a great mastermind behind this, right? You just have something to do. They already have done some couple of 40 to 50 apps that you can already use and start from the moment you log into AppSheet. You have an app ready, and the next moment you can share to your staff, and they can start using. So now you understand what is the power of this platform, and the time I was saying, and the cost. Everything you save a lot. You save your time, you save your cost, everything, right? So that's how it works, right? And moving on, you also get wonderful support from the community, where there are loads and loads of information that is available for all the users who are connected with AppSheet. And you can actually have a great connect with them, and they will be able to help you out, right? And we are also here to help you out on any technical solution or anything that you require on AppSheet. Now, moving on. This is interesting. So let's go. How do we, I'll just run through a couple of slides quickly so that you understand the language. Just bear with me for 1 or 2 minutes more. I'll just quickly finish up this. So it's very easy, as I said. So go to your Gmail, create your Gmail. The second step, sign into AppSheet. And once AppSheet is ready, select Google or any of these service providers, which I'll show it to you in the demo. And then step 3, you're already on the AppSheet platform and your app is ready. You can select from the existing apps, and there you go. Step 4, the app is ready. So it's very simple. It's just like that, right? Now, how do you create an app? As you see, once you log into your platform with your account, you have this new app button. So the moment you click the new app button, it will prompt you 3 steps, whether you want to create your own, or you want to use the existing one, or you want to use someone which is already built. So most of the times, if you are in quick thing, you don't want to spend more time, you can go with the start with the existing one, right? Or you can go with this one which is of your own. Then it will ask you 1 or 2 details on how the app is set up and all. And once you are done, there you go. You select your data source from the drive, and once this is done, the app is ready, right?
Manish
So
sir,
it is
just
very
1 second. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I go to the this particular sheet, sir? Create an app, or where is the app sheet?
Yeah, we'll show that in the demo. We just wait for us. We'll just quickly finish this up. We'll show everything in the demo. The reason I am not rushing into demo is you need to understand little concepts, or you'll get lost.
Yeah.
Because we do this day in, day out, so we can do it like brisk fast, but it's very difficult for, that's why we are just spending a little time. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Okay, now this is how typically it looks like when you log in into your application, and this is where the wonderful tool. So this tool helps you understand how you have designed your app. So even you don't have a technology idea, or you're not a developer, it's okay. But still you can build your wonderful app just looking at this table or this view. This is like an automated view which can tell you what are the details that it requires. We'll show all these things. Then this is where you get it the data level, because everything you need to structure and configure to some level. So once you go there, you get all the details of these tables and all, and then you can set up. So typically, what is a table? Table is a collection of the data you want to capture. For example, in our KYC, customer is our core data, right? So customer becomes our primary table. So once this table is available, we can able to get many views of the customer. There are different ways of different perspectives of knowing the customer. But the core data that we want to capture is a customer. So that core data is called a table. Similarly, the same way, you, as I said, you might see a window of data of the overall customer. For example, you have a table like first name, last name, birthday, address, and phone number. You only interested in knowing the first name and phone number, right? So it's just a window of the data. You don't want all the data, right? So that window of data is called a slice. So you can have multiple slices on the same table. That will help you do a lot of wonders in the way it works. We'll share these things as we go on the depth. Then AppSheet has a wonderful mechanism to identify the various data types. Like when you say it is a phone number, when you say it is email, it has its own inbuilt mechanisms to validate whether it is an email or it's a phone number. So you don't need to worry. Most of the time, what happens is people try to enter some junk, right? So when people enter some junk, it will does all the validation and it will alert you. And it's a wonderful way to capture the different column structures as it happens. And similarly, there are multiple ways you can look at this data. The way of looking at the data, what you've captured is called a view. So what you want to capture is called a table. Part of the table is called a slice, and how you see is called a view. So you need to understand these are the two fundamental pointers on the platform. And there are different ways of having the views. This is typically a view editor, will show that. So this is one kind of view, which is called a detailed view, where you can have this kind of wonderful things that can be created. Similarly, there's another kind of view, which is called a gallery view, where this typically is used for showing all the products. Or let's say you have a set of videos to give it to your customer. You can give in this kind of view, and it works a lot. Similarly, this is more detailed view where you want to highlight on your product and give an action to call, right? For example, in this case, the picture can come with some buttons like order now or talk to us and all. So these are the kind of picture to action things that you can do with this view. Then a very interesting map view. This map view is required most of the times as you see the pointers on the map for that specific area. This helps a quick snapshot. Let's say you are working with your customers in your geography area and your cities. But most of the time, you know where is the customer, you have to go and search in the database and huge. But here it is very simple. Go to this map view and it immediately pinpoints it. And when you select any of the location, it will directly take you to the Google map where anyone can travel. So it's very easy. If you want to assign to your employees, go and meet this customer in, let's say in Marthali, you don't need to explain the address. You just give him the access. He'll click on the link and he'll get an automatic Google route to reach the address. So you don't need to tell him, you don't need to bother your customer. It's a wonderful tool that you can build. Similarly, you can bring a lot of insights into a customer by creating this kind of formatting, like the way you see. There are certain highlighted in different colors, like the purple and the violet, right? So these are different kind of animations or this kind of insights you can bring for your customer to have a detailed look. That's all. And lastly, the expression. There are certain expressions that you can help the way you work on your Excel sheet. All functions you work on Excel sheet can be transported or translated into expressions on AppSheet. So if you are good in Excel, you can do wonders in AppSheet. That's what I can say, right? And that's the conclusion of the theory part. So what we high level we discussed in the app sheet is it's a no code platform. It's easy to connect in 3 steps. It basically okay, great. Let
Sir,
me start.
what will be the
Yeah.
difference between means normal app means code platform through coding and no code? Is there any major drawback or means what is the major difference?
Yeah, one major difference I would say is like let's say I'm building an app with 3 people who are coding, right? So the skill level of what I code, what I write in the coding has only be verified with lot of testing. Unless until I test all the 100,000 possibilities that the app will not crash, I cannot make it launch. And for me to verify that every developer has understood the requirements and build the app and test it thoroughly, it takes like too much of cost and time for us. I cannot launch the app. Though I know it, I cannot launch it. But
Yeah.
imagine if I have uh, a tool like this app sheet. What app sheet does is it uses all the APIs in the below, right? In the background, in the lower level. So it removes all the coding errors. It removes all the testing errors. It removes all the errors. So either I build the app or you build the app or anyone builds the app, it's the same API, same structure, same kind of format, right? So it removes a lot of administrative issues that come, or the knowledge issues, the skill issues, the dependency issues that come typically in building apps, right? So there are a lot of wonders that you can do with no code.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move to the demo. I'm sharing my screen now. So just stop me here and you can unmute and ask me questions because this is the most important part. And we would like you to be more interactive and try to maximize this opportunity by learning with us. Yeah. So that's where I would like to highlight. Right. So if you look at right, so this is the URL that you will typically come across, which is like appsheet.com. So once you go to appsheet.com, it will have all this kind of menus, right? So typically what I said, we have to log in. So because I have to be a member of that. Now, when I ask for login, it will show what are the things that I have to do. I can use any of these data sources. For now, let me say I'll use Google. Okay. Now, once the moment I say Google, it will ask me what is the account I'm trying to use. There are so many accounts. Let's say I'll use this account. Then automatically it establishes the kind of secured interface. And it asks me all the alert conditions that you trust this app and follow. You just need to say, yes, I trust and allow. See, this is the kind of security I get from this moment I start building this app. This is not possible when I'm building my own app, right? Because I have to build all those security layers. I have to launch it. I have to ensure that I have a HTTPS, which is a secure socket layer. I have a certificate or environment that allows all the malicious access, that removes all the virus, removes everything, right? So this is where the advantage of using no code. Straight away, you are getting into a place where you can start building an app. Now, how to build an app? It's very simple. You can just say make a new app and you can start with it. What I would like to do is now go ahead and do this app, right? So I'll say make a new app. Then it asks me 3 things. What do you want to do? You want to start with your own data, or you have an idea, you want to do something, you want to start with a sample app. Sample app, when I say, it will take me to the list of apps that is already available with Google, right? So there are already predefined list of apps. You can use it, right? So where I can find, you can go and find here, like you see here, sample apps. It has already list of 25 to 35 different apps that you already have. So you can just select the industry. Let's say I'll go for agriculture. Then I'll go for this function called, various functions are there. So you're looking for e-commerce. So you can go for that. And then it will say if it exists, it will say. If it doesn't exist, it will highlight. You can ask the company. But these are all the sample apps that are already available. So you can build these kind of apps. Just the moment you click copy in your account, the app is created, right? So you don't need to worry about that. Now let's go and try to build our own app, right? Now when I'm trying to build an app, let's use the second one, which is when I say start with an idea. When I say start with an idea, it prompts me some kind of questions like, what is that you want to do? You're trying to do products or organizations. What is that the kind of data you have? It will ask me some set of questions and it will launch a bot based on my questions. It will create an app. So I don't need to build the basic structure of the app. The app is already created. Isn't it wonderful? Now, let's go back and create the way we typically do, which is like start with my own data. Because assuming most of the times I have a very small idea and I don't have any bigger app. So we'll do this. So we'll create an app called KYC1. And here I'll say it is falling to sales and CRM category, right? Then I'll say choose my data. So when I say choose my data, it prompts me either I want to build using Google Drive or I want to build using Google Calendar. If I'm building a consulting or a Calendar kind of an app, then I can go with Google Calendar. But if I'm just wanting to build a data kind of an app, I'll go with Google, right? Then it connects me to the Drive. When it connects me to the Drive, it shows to me all the spreadsheets that are available. So what I have done is I've pre-created a Excel sheet for our workshop. So I'll use that Excel sheet here. Just I created something called a SAMRT Data Capture. So I'll just say, okay, build this app. So it will take 1 or 2 minutes to build the entire app. So this is the power of no code. So you don't need to write any program. See, typically what happens in a conventional mode is you first write the program, then you compile, then you test, you remove all the errors, then you make it launch. Here it is the reverse way. First you make the app, then you go inside the app and try to build whatever is required. And if I show you something here, if you look at, the app is already created. So Appsheet has already done everything. It has used my data directly and it has created the app, right? So what I can do, I can directly start accessing the app, right? Here, if I go, when I say new, it will start accessing the data directly straight away without asking me any further questions. So I have not done anything here, right? So I've created a very sample form of a KYC. Let's look at that in a moment, right? Okay. So let's create a sample data here, like status is let's say new, and then name is I'll say as money, and phone number is 9676829514. Then email is solworx@gmail.com. Then I can have capture a picture. I can, if I'm using a mobile device, it will ask capture the picture from live, right? So since I'm using a desktop, it uses all the pictures that I can see, right? And then address. Here, address is already it already identifies the address. So I don't need to literally type. Or if I want to type the address also, it identifies. I'll just say Martha Halli, that's it. It identifies the address at a very high level because it uses Google Address API to bring up the data, right? And then I can key my age here, 45, and the feedback, I can just write this workshop is for no code, right? So I can do something and I say, so my app is ready. I'm already using the data. So it's done. So whatever I want it, I capture, right? So this is how it works. Now, when I go to my map, it shows me on the map location, right? So it is already showing me there. So when I click that, it shows where is that and where I am. Now it's showing a car icon. When I click on the car icon, it directly takes me to Google Map, and it points me how I can reach that place directly. So if I'm using this app uh, for my employees, how easy and how effective is it? So it directly takes me to the map and it shows the guidelines and all. I don't need to really um, look at all these things, right? So it just happens and it works wonderful, right? So it's just there. Got it? So this is how it can effectively work in a map, right? So here what I've done is I've done nothing. What I've done is only I've created my Excel sheet, and the Excel sheet I've given to this platform editor, and the editor has created my app, and my app is running. Now let me do a very simple thing. How can I actually give the access of this app to all of you guys? Okay, I'll go here, I select this link, and I paste it on the chat. Okay, so everyone in the chat, whoever is there, you can just access this link and you are taken to the data. Let's see who can add the data. So please go ahead and add some data. Let's see, the data flashes up here. Anyone adding data? You can just try it out, some data to add. I've shared the link on the demo. You can just click that chat, the link on the chat, and you can directly add the data. Let's see how we can get the data here. It's very easy.
Sir, actually it is not
just
showing any data. Means
you have to go to the chat.
means yeah, I have opened the link which I have shared. Here it is showing just KYC sample app. Means there is nothing to fill or something else.
No, you say accept. There is an accept button, right?
Okay, but means yeah, that is appearing, but that button is not appearing for me. Means it goes to the bottom. I have zoomed out or zoomed in, but
Okay, maybe it's a kind of a just a quick UX or I mean screen
yeah,
issue.
right.
But typically you get that accept. Once you get the accept, you get the form. You can straight away start filling the details. You can see what I'm seeing here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me go further and explain how
Manish sir, I've just added 2 data. Can you see whether it's updated?
Yeah, we can see here. I'm just trying to check whether it's available. Yeah, it is here. So someone, Santosh also added, Ravi Kiran, yes, Anirudh has added. So we see a couple of data here.
Okay, yeah,
yes,
I did it.
Okay, so once you go here to the map, you see all the pointers. So these 3 people are at these 3 locations. So if I want to know who is this, sorry,
is it showing my proper location, exact location?
Yeah, whatever the data you have entered, it will show. There is a way you can do that. That is a smart way of doing it. We can also do that. Okay.
So what is the data which you have given in the Excel sheet? Means can you?
Yeah, I'll show that. I'll come to. First, I wanted you to get to the experience of this.
Okay.
Then we will go back and see, because this is how you have to understand the power of this platform. So you have not done a single piece of code, right? You have just selected an Excel sheet and that's it. It has done the rest of the job. This is the beauty of this platform. And the greatness is it is not only doing a great job, it is also giving you wonderful interfaces like these maps, right? So where for us, if we have to code, I don't want to code because I don't know, right? Let's say that's the situation. Now, if I want looking at something which if I want to access, I can just go here and then take the interface and it automatically loads that AppSheet interface, right? Or that Google API interface. which is very wonderful. It's just that I don't need to do anything. Now let's deconstruct this process of how the app was created. Now let's try to understand, right? So I was saying, right, when you log in, you will get this kind of an app. So this is what the view. So this is such an important view. So I can actually, I don't need to understand what is a table, what is a slice also. I can just go here, and when I click on it, it tells what is it. So this is a view. The ones in the round are views, and the one in the this one are the tables. So the moment I click that, it automatically directs me to that view. See, this is the view which is already clicked. And when I click on the map, you see the map view is shown. So I don't even really need to have technology or understanding of what exactly it is. I just can build whatever I want, and I can play with this wonderful tool which helps me to understand what I'm doing. I don't need to be an expert. Just by a few things, I can do wonders, right? And if you look at other thing I was telling, right? The moment you do the app is ready for testing. See how much time it took for us to test the app, to share the link to you and test the app. It was hardly 5 minutes, right? So that is the power, that is the productivity, that is the kind of excellence you get from this kind of app. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's deconstruct this app. So what has happened? So this is the first page which tells like we have a table and we have two views. Now if you go to the table, this table is what it is. So it has all the details, right? Now for me to know all the details, I can click on this view source. It will open the Excel sheet based on which the app was created. Right? So if you look at, I had a very simple Excel sheet, which is an ID, which is required, then a date, then a status, then name, then phone number, email, photo, address, age, and feedback. Got it? So this is a very simple app, and that's it. I have not used anything more, right? With this smart information, I was able to quickly create this app within minutes. And I was able to share it to you. Let's say we are all part of the same team. So for me to create a new form, let's say I want to create a new customer form or new thing, I don't want to do anything. I don't need to do anything. What is my thing in my mind? I have to just create in this Excel sheet. Once this Excel sheet is ready, I have to just upload it and done. The app is ready. I can start sharing, telling it to you all guys. Is this clear now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So that's the beauty of this interface. Now, this table. Now, this table, if you look at, this is